Hello, fellow engineer. In this video, I would like to introduce you to the AAM PHP framework. This video is intended to give you a quick start so you can understand how to navigate it and how to find the answers when you have any questions. All right, so here I'm sharing the quick start article, which you can find on aamportal.com. And essentially, when it's coming to AAM framework, there is only one entry point. It was designed to be extremely simple. So as you can see, the entry point is AAM API static method. And let me go to Visual Studio Code, and we're gonna write a few lines of code to show how to work with the framework, as well as I will explain all kind of intricacies when it's coming to work with it.
Before we start, here I have just a simple plugin, and that plugin does nothing more but create this plugin boilerplate page. This is a place where we're gonna output the results of the PHP code execution. And what we're gonna do is work with a few services that AAM framework offers. All right, let's just get rolling. So as you might notice, and as it mentioned in the documentation, AAM framework, it's a primarily collection of services. At the time of recording this video, there are probably 15 to 20 different services that you can utilize to define all kinds of access controls and preferences. All right, so I mentioned that there is this one entry point to the entire framework, and it is AAM API static method. So we're gonna go here. So when you need to work with AAM framework, you simply type AAM API. And any modern IDE can give you auto suggestions, and this exposes the list of all the methods that are available through the API gateway. So let's give a task and protect a URL on our WordPress site. Let's go ahead and pick any URL. Let's do this. Copy link address. So this URL is pointing to a post, and we're going to protect it for unauthenticated users. So let me go here, log in as incognito, as unauthenticated user, and as you can see, a user has access to the sample post, and we're going to protect it with a code. All right, so we're going back to code, and what we need to do is, because we are managing access to URL, we are invoking URLs service, and here there are multiple different ways. As you can see, each service accepts two arguments: access level and settings. So AAM has four or recognizes four different access levels. It's a roles, users, visitors, and the default. There is a separate video that talks about access levels, but essentially to whom you're managing these access controls. In our case, it is going to be a visitor. And now the URL service, so this function returns us an instance of URL service that is pre-configured for the visitor access level. And what we want to do is deny. Now here we can provide either the full URL or a relative URL. Either way works, and let's see what's going to happen. So first, we execute our code that set the permissions. And now, let's go to here as a visitors. As you can see, the access now is denied. So by default, the access is denied message is shown. However, if you want to redefine this behavior, the deny method accepts a second argument, which is a redirect. And in the documentation, you can find all different ways to define redirects. But essentially, you specify how do you want to redirect. The type is, here we're going to want to say URL redirect. Let's say we want to direct to the home page. And the redirect URL will be a home page. All right, now let's go execute the code. This time, I just want to print the result of the execution. All right, cool. Boolean true means permissions were set properly and access control saved correctly. And as you can see, now unauthenticated user is redirected to the home page. So here I showed you how to work with URL servers. In a similar fashion, you can work with any other service. Let's say, let's go ahead now and restrict access to that particular post directly. instead of using URL service, we can use a post service. AAM, API, posts. So the access level, let's go ahead and do the same for the visitors. Visitor, and now we can do all kind of things with this particular service. And let's go to the documentation, posts. As you can see, there is a handful of public methods that you can use to define access control for the post. For example, you can hide a post, you can make it as a password protected. Let's go ahead and make it password protected. Set password. And right here, I'm gonna go and set password. So post identifier, there are several different ways you can specify which particular post you want to manage access to, and you can provide a WP post instance, you can provide an ID, numeric ID, you can provide an array. All that is disclosed in the documentation. And so in our case, let's go ahead, I just want to see which particular post ID this post has. It is a post ID 1. Before we start messing with the settings, I'm going to go and reset all settings to default, because we in a previous example I restricted the URL. And now I'm going to go here, set, and we set a password ABC. Alright, let's go ahead and execute the code. Boom, we set it, and we go to simple post, and now it's password protected. So ABC, and it gives access to the post. So again, as you can see, it's pretty straightforward, very simple. API gives you the single entry point to the framework. The next step, you want to specify which particular service you want to work with. You pre-configure the service with their access level, and then depending on the service, variety of methods are available to define access controls or preferences. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. We are prioritizing any questions that are coming from engineers. All right, take care. Bye.